Good morning, Facebook. Happy Coffee Talk Tuesday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. We had some gorgeous, gorgeous weather up here, which is always nice. And also, I think the first time in probably the last 10 years that we had a nice Memorial Day. But I hope you all had a great Memorial Day and you took a little time out yesterday to remember why it is that we had off. I know I did. So thanks for everyone out there who's served and protected this great country. Okay, so today on Coffee Talk Tuesday, we are talking about 5 tips for Snapchat marketing. Snapchat is not a platform that we cover often, which is why I thought that I would do it today. So as per the usual, I will give you a few minutes to log on, say hello when you get here. You know, I always like saying hi. And we'll get started. And comment and tell me what you did this weekend, because you know I would love to know. If you guys saw in our story, Michelle actually went and got a boat, which seemed like a lot of fun. Okay, so today we're talking about Snapchat, Snapchat marketing. This is going to be mainly focused towards people who have a younger demographic. You know, if you're talking about millennial age. Good morning, Tracy. Thanks for checking in. So Snapchat is definitely geared towards millennials. But if you remember a couple weeks ago, I talked about millennial marketing and how it's going to change the game as they continue to move into having more of that buying power. Right now, they have about $600 billion in buying power estimated. And that's supposed to jump up to 1 trillion next year. So definitely something to keep in mind. I know, right, Tracy? I wish I was on our boat too. Nobody invites me anywhere. Anyway, all right, so let's get rolling. So today talking about Snapchat marketing and just a few stats to start off with. In 2019, there's 191 million active users on Snapchat, which is a little bit lesser than some of the bigger platforms like Facebook and Instagram, but could definitely be advantageous for you if your target market fits within that age range. So what is that age range? So in 2018, 45% of Snapchatters were between the age of 18 and 24, with about 78% being under the age of 34. So your target market, if it lies within that 18 to 34-year-old range, could definitely be a place that you want to possibly consider. The average user spends about 30 minutes on the platform. As with every account, you want to make sure that your account is a business account because you'll get a few more of those features that you won't get if you have a personal account. You also want to make sure that you take a look at their insights platform. So they don't have as big of analytics as far as like Facebook and Instagram, even though you guys know we love our analytics. So their platform as far as analytics go is not massive, but what they do is Snapchat insights. And that'll give you things like your viewer count, their age, their location, their gender, the interests that they have, the attention span, all things that are really going to be advantageous for you when you start to create content on this platform. Because if you know that your viewership is really only between, 5 to 7 seconds, you want to make sure that you're creating content that fits within that guidelines. Also, the interests part is huge. We actually did a campaign not too long ago where we put a picture of a dog in a very unlikely topic because we knew that that target demographic actually was really into dogs. And that post actually did phenomenal for us. I'm sorry, it was an ad campaign. So that ad campaign did phenomenal for us. But that's because we took something that we knew our target market was interested in and transferred that into our content. And the other thing about Snapchat too is it's a little different than, let's say, Facebook and Instagram, which, every business is essentially on, more or less. So it's different in the fact that it's a bit more authentic, because that picture, you're taking the picture more or less instantaneously. You can go back and edit old pictures, but you actually know if that happened, if it was a previously taken picture. But it allows you to be authentic because you can just snap that picture and write some bulky lettering on it with, the draw feature, or you could put different types of captions to it, different styles of captions. There's stickers, there's GIFs. There's so many things that you can do that will allow you to really bring out your brand's personality, which is one of the reasons why I really enjoy Snapchat for business. We don't personally use it for ourselves because that's not quite our target demographic yet. They're coming into it though. But it is a great way to show some authenticity of your brand. All right. So I'm going to get into 5 tips on how to market on Snapchat. So the first one is you want to create a sense of urgency. And this is kind of also going along with a lot of the stories aspect that we talked about. So, if you have an event, doing a countdown to an event or a build up to a release of a product or whatever it may be. So countdowns do really well in creating that sense of urgency, as well as just the ephemeral nature of the platform, where you put up a story and it's gone in 24 hours. Keep in mind that Facebook and essentially Instagram, because they're owned by the same company, took Snapchat's idea of stories and kind of threw their own twist on it and added that into their niche, and now that's what they're trying to push. So it was very interesting to see how that played out. So with Snapchat, being able to create that sense of urgency and then having the ephemeral nature of it will make your posting and your content a little bit more intriguing, and will give people that sense of FOMO, where they don't want to miss out on what you snapped today. So they're going to make sure that they watch it. So the first tip is to create urgency. The second one is it's a really great way, and this is thinking out of the box a little bit, to test out some content. So if you build up, obviously, you have to create a business account, you build your following, and you can then take content that you're thinking of pushing out on some of your other platforms and send it directly to some of your more intrigued and engaged viewership, and see how they respond to it. See if they're engaging back with you, if they just open it up and just leave it. So it's almost like you can have a small little focus group on your platform. So it's like I said, thinking out of the box a little bit, but I think something that could be really advantageous for people who are looking to maybe test out a new strategy. 3, like I talked about before, the authenticity of it, and we've said it time and time again, authenticity is huge. Everyone is craving that sense of, they don't want to associate with a logo anymore. They want to associate with the person. So if you guys see the Stark Media logo, you may not have as much of a connection as you do if you see me and you're like, hey, watch you on Coffee Talk. Actually, I had that conversation last night. So, you could really become an authentic self, and it's okay to be nitty. You don't need the perfect, beautiful imagery that Instagram definitely requires, but Facebook more or less requires as well. You can have that kind of blurry, grainy photo with the awkward trying to write over top of it, and that's going to be okay. So definitely for people who also maybe don't have loads and loads of time on their hands to sit down and get those beautifully curated images and stuff like that, this could be a great platform for you guys, because it can be kind of quick and doesn't need loads and loads of thought put behind it. So 3, definitely thrive on being authentic. 4, use a mixture of photos and videos. So the thing about marketing on Snapchat is it's not like Facebook or Instagram where you're trying to go viral. It's more of a interpersonal platform still. So it's not totally worked out for marketing just yet. I'm sure it'll be on its way there, but it is a little bit more user focused, which allows you to build those personal connections. So using a mixture of photos and videos, you don't have to worry about, oh, which one's going to go into the algorithm and get more, reach and things like that. You can use them to be more creative and make it more of an active experience for your user. So it definitely gives it more of a dynamic approach to your marketing. And 5, finally, as we do in marketing, make sure that you're telling a story. And we've talked about doing it in your stories within the other platforms where you have one image and then you'll save that image and then you'll use it again and add maybe a sticker or something to it. And we do it sometimes in our stories as well, because it allows you to tell a story across the span of your stories. But allows you to create something a little bit more interactive, which is really what you're trying to do with your marketing these days, is draw people in to become almost a part of your marketing, as opposed to just the flat-faced marketing of previous days. All right, well, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because after a holiday weekend, I have loads of stuff to do. So thanks again for tuning in to Coffee Talk Tuesday for your Snapchat marketing tutorial. Just a quick recap, 5 tips on Snapchat marketing. First off, make sure that you use those Snapchat insights to know exactly who you're talking to. Like I said, in that millennial marketing Coffee Talk, even though you may say millennials are your target market, there are multiple different types within that larger demographic. So make sure that you're really honing in on who it is that you're talking to within that generation. And then you want to create a sense of urgency with your posts. Use the platform as more or less a focus group to test out new marketing material. Thrive on being authentic. Really, really take charge of that authenticity aspect of Snapchat. Use photos and videos to give a more dynamic approach to your marketing strategy, and make sure that you're telling a story. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and that you have an even better week, and we will see you next week on Coffee Talk. Thanks. Bye.